Archangel Michael says, there was a moment when everything around you was meant to fail. The curse was thick in the air, woven in the words others spoke about you, disguised in the rejections and betrayals you endured. But you, chosen one, are the living proof that it couldn't hold you down. The curse didn't end in thunder. It cracked quietly, one piece at a time, every time you rose from your knees with tears in your eyes and hope in your chest. The ones who whispered your doom never imagined the light you'd bring through the cracks they tried to bury you in. You didn't just survive, you unchained generations by simply existing with grace and fierce truth. The heaviness you carried wasn't yours alone, it was ancestral, spiritual, rooted in realms others could never see. You were the sacrifice, the warrior, and the breakthrough wrapped in one. And now, those who once called you cursed are shocked, because not even their spells could stop the purpose pulsing in your veins. You shattered cycles by walking through fires without ashes clinging to your skin. You broke what broke others. You stood up after the weight of silence, injustice, envy, and hidden traps tried to crush your name. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The chains have melted from your bloodline. You don't even know how many generations are breathing easier because you didn't give up. Every step you take now echoes freedom into the bones of those who came before and those who will come after. You weren't just fighting for yourself. That's why the pressure was heavier than most can understand. The warfare was never just about this life, it was about timelines, destinies, and spiritual gates you've unlocked unknowingly. And yet, here you are, still walking, still breathing, still smiling after storms that should have buried your laughter for good. Someone is watching you right now and trying to figure out how you didn't break. Let them wonder. The curse was tied to your name once. But your name has been rewritten in divine fire. It's no longer attached to failure, abandonment, or poverty. It's etched now in survival, in blessings, in restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 702. Archangel Michael says, the moment you stopped believing their lies, the curse snapped at the root. The guilt you carried wasn't even yours, and now the guilt has no home. You're not running anymore, you're reclaiming. Even when people tried to remind you of the past, you didn't bow. You forgave silently, you released spiritually, and now your energy cannot be bound again. You've become untouchable in the realms that once targeted you. A generational curse was supposed to hold you hostage through patterns, pain, and spiritual confusion. But now, look at you, calm, clear, and climbing. It wasn't a therapist, a potion, or a prayer alone, it was your endurance that changed everything. They think it's luck, but it's alignment. They think it's coincidence, but it's covenant. You were chosen to walk through what destroy others and still speak love. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Every tear you cried became oil for your future. You were hidden for a reason, they couldn't see what was inside you without trying to corrupt or claim it. Now, no one can steal what's sealed. They placed curses on your mind so you'd never recognize your voice. But now your voice speaks with clarity, fire, and deliverance. The chains on your tongue have turned into swords. You don't need to explain how you broke free. Your existence is the evidence. And the very ones who cast the darkness over your name are now whispering your name with regret and awe. Archangel Michael says, they saw you as a threat before you even knew your power. That's why the attacks came young and the betrayals came early. But everything meant to destroy you became the staircase to your crown. Type Amen to get blessing 1155. You are not the same as them, and that's the point. You were set apart. Even the enemies knew it. That's why they attacked without reason, smiled while scheming, and tested you in silence. But your spirit is ancient. The kind that remembers lifetimes. The kind that hears warnings in dreams and senses danger without needing proof. You weren't just lucky, you were guided. You weren't supposed to make it this far. So now that you have, everything is different. The gates are open. The promises are being fulfilled. The storm is behind you, and gold is beneath your feet. They buried things to stop you, cursed your home, tried to bind your sleep. But the energy of protection around you rejected every dark intention. What was sent against you couldn't even find you. Type Amen to get blessing 641. Every night you cried but didn't know why, every strange heaviness on your shoulders, those were shadows of old chains trying to stay attached. But they snapped. They screamed. And they failed. Someone tried to visit a place to curse your name, but your name was already blessed by heaven. That's why they're confused. That's why everything they touched turned to dust while you kept rising. You weren't meant to curse back. You were meant to outlive, outshine, and outlast. That's exactly what you're doing. You turned every silent attack into a silent victory. You're not what they labeled you. You are what you chose to be when everything tried to undo you. You are the truth walking through lies. Type Amen to get blessing 2024. The shadows tried to linger in your bloodline. But you lit a fire so bright that not even ancient darkness could stay. You've become the light bearer. Now doors are opening that were sealed for years. Opportunities that skipped generations are turning toward your path. The delay wasn't punishment, it was protection until the curse was destroyed. You're not crazy for dreaming big. Your blood remembers royalty. Your soul recalls being honored in unseen realms. That's why smallness never fit you. Even when you were broke, you felt rich inside. Even when you were abandoned, you felt divine near. That's the sign, your spirit is older than your scars. Type Amen to get blessing 828. You were never alone, even when you felt it. Protection surrounded you when you slept. Divine eyes watched you through the shadows. You were never forgotten. Your laughter will return stronger. Your peace will run deeper. Your future will be greater because the foundation is now unshakable. Those who mocked your pain will one day quote your strength. They will speak of your glow like it was always there. But you know the truth, you earned this. Your legacy starts now. You will speak, and healing will follow. You will touch, and breakthroughs will spark. Type Amen to get blessing 454. The curse is broken and the angels rejoice. You've been restored without needing revenge. You've won without even having to fight back the way they expected. Everything that was stolen from you is returning, multiplied. Everything delayed is rushing toward you now. The heavens have remembered your name. You are living, walking, breathing evidence that darkness cannot win where there is divine purpose. Your scars glow with testimony. Your path shines with firelight. No spell, no lie, no delay, no betrayal, none of it could stop the wave that is now coming. You will shine and not even know how bright you've become. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You are walking proof that the curse is broken, and now, everything connected to you will rise too. Your children will feel lighter. Your home will carry peace. You're glowing, not from the sun, but from survival. You're radiating not because of luck, but because of divine recovery. You are different now. They didn't believe in you. But they will witness you. And they'll be forced to admit, you are not cursed. You are chosen. The past no longer has a voice. The future is calling your name. And this time, nothing will be able to stop you. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Your energy has shifted permanently. The old vibrations can no longer hold on to your presence. The people who once affected you so deeply will now feel distant, small, and powerless in your glow. Their words no longer enter your system. Their opinions bounce off the shield you've grown through fire and truth. What once triggered you now shows you just how much you've grown. The fear is gone. The shame is gone. The heaviness has been lifted because the chains are no longer in your spiritual DNA. They will try to connect again, but it won't work. You are not reachable by those who walk in shadows anymore. You're vibrating in the realm of answered prayers and restored names. Type Amen to get blessing 369. Archangel Michael says, you will start seeing signs this week that confirm your rise. Phone calls from people you never expected. Messages of apology. Financial breakthroughs with your name on them. The same places that rejected you will now request you. The same hands that cursed you will fold in disbelief at how far you've come. And it won't be your doy. It will be the reward of your endurance. You no longer need to explain why you felt different growing up. You weren't imagining it. You were carrying the weight of invisible chains meant to be shattered through your life. You've broken the curse with the power of your survival. Now, healing will chase you. Now, abundance will find you. Now, truth will walk ahead of you. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They had rituals. You had resilience. They had spells. You had sacred silence. They had bitterness. You had the divine breath of peace. What they sent couldn't find you because angels intercepted. They sent sickness, but you received strength. They sent confusion, but you walked with clarity. Now everything they tried is returning to them. Not because you wished it, but because heaven does not forget the innocent. You never had to fight the way they expected you to, because you were never alone. You will now start to notice changes even in your body. That tightness in your chest is leaving. That pain in your back was never yours, it was ancestral, and now it's dissolved. Type Amen to get blessing 848. You're not tired anymore. That draining weight that made you cry for no reason is gone. Because the generational hold is broken. Your dreams will become sharper. Your discernment will grow stronger. You'll begin to recognize people's spirits before they speak a word. You'll attract things you once thought were out of reach. Because the curse was keeping your light dimmed. But now, the full power of your destiny is waking up. Your footsteps are now being guided without confusion. You'll feel the pull toward your next blessing like a magnet, and nothing will block it this time. Type Amen to get blessing 989. You are walking in the territory they never wanted you to reach. That's why they made you feel unworthy. That's why they used love as a weapon. That's why they gossiped in circles. But all of that has reversed. You are surrounded by a force field of divine reversal. What they meant for your end has birthed your new beginning. Your name is being whispered in high places with honor now. Your face is appearing in the dreams of those who harmed you, not as a victim, but as a reminder of their failure to stop you. Your silence has become your power. Your softness has become your shield. You don't need to prove anything anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 525. You're going to be the one they come to for help, those same ones who turned their back on you. But you won't need revenge. Your blessings will speak for you. Everything you touched in the past that failed was blocked by the curse. Now, when you touch it again, it will bloom. You'll succeed effortlessly in things that once brought you pain. This time, the blessing is permanent. This time, it won't slip away. Because the curse is no longer attached to your hands, your name, or your blood. You will witness miracles in areas that were once dry. Love, money, joy, peace, it's all coming to you. Not as a test, but as a celebration. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual realm has recorded your endurance. Heaven has documented every tear. The court of angels has ruled in your favor. The dark ones lost access. They can no longer manipulate your dreams or emotions. Their grip was broken the moment you said, "No more," and meant it. Even your home will begin to feel lighter. You'll wake up feeling rested like never before. The heaviness is gone, and it will not return. You don't need anyone to confirm your transformation. The mirror, the peace, the way blessings are showing up, that's all the confirmation you'll need. Type Amen to get blessing 313. The fire you passed through wasn't punishment, it was purification. You needed to walk through it to become unshakable. You needed to lose them to find yourself. You now see through illusions. Smiles no longer deceive you. Words no longer seduce you. You feel energies before they touch your space. The old version of you is gone. You mourned them. You buried them. And from their grave rose the most divine version of you the world has ever seen. Now, nothing will break you. Because you've already been to the depths and came back breathing gold. Type Amen to get blessing 232. Even the animals around you are reacting to your energy differently. They sense the peace, the elevation. Nature recognizes a soul that's healed. Watch how doors open before you even knock. Watch how strangers bless you without knowing why. Watch how the path clears like it's waiting for you. The curse kept you hidden in plain sight. But now, the light is loud. The favor is loud. And the angels are marching before you like an army. You are the proof that healing is possible, that chains can break, that cycles can end, and that your bloodline now breathes easier because of your existence. Type Amen to get blessing 177. Let this be your reminder, you are not cursed. You are chosen. You are not forgotten. You are destined. Everything lost will return. Everything broken will be rebuilt. Everything denied will be delivered. And when they ask you how you made it, you'll simply smile. Because some things only angels can explain. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You are the miracle that was never supposed to happen. Your story was supposed to end in silence, defeat, and disappearance, but now your name is marked for divine recognition. You are no longer bound by their words, their fear, or their hatred. You don't need to prove your worth anymore. Your glow is proof. Your survival is proof. The fact that you are still here, still rising, still believing, that is what makes every curse lose its grip. They didn't understand who they were targeting. They thought you were weak. But heaven knew you were the one chosen to rewrite the spiritual code of your bloodline. Now, the timeline has shifted. You're not behind. You're not delayed. You're walking in the exact moment of restoration you were born for. Type Amen to get blessing 441. The healing has already started showing. The relationships that drained you are fading. The people who brought confusion are backing away, unable to touch your new vibration. You're walking through rooms that once ignored you, and now they're magnetized by your presence. You were never the problem. You were just carrying divine weight that others couldn't handle. That old anxiety that hovered over you in crowds is vanishing. The random sadness that followed you during victories is disappearing. Those were symptoms of the broken curse trying to keep its hold. But now your steps are lighter. Your chest feels clearer. You smile without needing to fake it. The healing is not temporary, it is eternal. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Archangel Michael says, your victory is sealed. The battle that lasted for years has ended. You are free and fully recognized by the heavens. There will be signs. Butterflies. Unexpected reunions. Sudden urges to let go of things you once held tightly. These are not random, they're proof of your new elevation. Your environment is shifting. You'll feel called to clean, rearrange, throw away, and even leave old places. That's because your spirit is no longer aligned with where pain used to dwell. Even food will taste different. Music will hit deeper. Silence will become sweeter. Your body is entering peace because your soul has exited the battlefield. Type Amen to get blessing 828. The whispers about you are changing tone. They used to doubt you. Now they're in awe. They're watching you from a distance, not sure how you got this far. The answer is simple. You were never alone. You were walking with unseen protection. Every night they tried to break you, something greater stood behind you. There were curses aimed at your relationships. But you outgrew the lies. There were spells thrown at your sleep. But you dreamed clearer. They tried to trap your money. But you tapped into divine provision. Everything they said would be your end only led to your beginning. And now you are fully unreachable by darkness. Type Amen to get blessing 717. The generational pain stops with you. The silent suffering ends with you. The confusion that haunted your lineage now clears because you walked in truth even when it was lonely. You didn't just break a curse, you became a blessing. You became the one your ancestors prayed for, the one your future family will praise. You became the shift. Your children, whether born or not yet, will not feel what you felt. They'll feel warmth, not fear. Joy, not sorrow. You've bought them peace with your struggle. This is why the warfare was heavier on you. Because you were holding not just your pain, but the blueprint for generations. Type Amen to get blessing 212. You're no longer a prisoner to your past. The flashbacks don't control your mornings. The memories don't steal your joy. The darkness doesn't whisper as loud anymore. You now sleep without fear. You now walk without shame. You now love without begging. This is the power of a broken curse. They'll say you changed. And they'll be right. You transformed. You ascended. You evolved into something untouchable. And now, even your voice carries healing. Even your presence feels like comfort. Even your absence will speak louder than their words ever could. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Archangel Michael says, they will try to return. They will test the old wounds. But you will feel nothing, not because you're cold, but because you are free. The cycle is done. The chains are dust. You don't have to relive it anymore. The nightmare has passed. Your days of mourning are over. Now begins the laughter. Now begins the increase. Now begins the flow of divine connections, divine wealth, divine alignment. You'll meet people who recognize your light without needing to explain it. You'll walk into spaces that feel like home immediately. That's not luck, it's your new spiritual territory. Type Amen to get blessing 505. This year will not end the way it started. The remaining months will be filled with what was delayed. Your reward is not coming, it's already here. It's been looking for the real you, and now you've shown up. Let them talk. Let them wonder. You are no longer for everyone. You are now only for those who are aligned with divine peace and elevation. You are not cursed. You are crowned. You are not broken. You are reborn. You are not ashamed. You are anointed. And no force in this world or beyond can take that from you ever again. Type Amen to get blessing 646. The whispers are now turning into praise. The laughter behind your back is now silent. They've run out of words because you've run into your victory. You are being watched by those who tried to break you, but they no longer understand your glow. You are being remembered by those who tried to forget you, but they no longer have access to your spirit. Your aura has changed. It's heavier with purpose, lighter with grace. You are walking proof that a person can survive anything and rise shining. Let this be your final confirmation: the curse is broken, the doors are open, and your time has arrived. Type Amen to get blessing 3333.